Hey everyone, this is Joseph the Eraser coming in with another deck profile. This is going to be my second video here on my channel, and we're going to be tackling along the Odd Eyes Magician deck. Just like I stated before in my previous video, this mainly is a deck for fun or for competitive. If you have any suggestions how to make this more competitive vilely, you can leave your suggestions in the comment section down below. And so basically this deck will now be revolving in the February 2018 ban list because of Double Iris and Perform Foul Skullcrabat Joker has been banned. I have some cards that will substitute them that you will see in the video. So without further ado, let's move into the deck profile. Starting off, I run 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. This card basically is the main card of the deck. This card also searches your Pendulum monster when 1500 attack if this card uses effect in the Pendulum zone. I also run 2 Astrograph Sorcerer. This card is basically good to summon Zark. This card is good to basically to search your copy of a card that is destroyed and the turn is use this card's effect, or is good for use for overlay. I run 1 Noble Dragon Magician. I use this card basically to go for my Odd Eyes Meteor Burst or my Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Next, I run the substitute for Double Iris Magician. It is Dragon Pit. Dragon Pit is good basically to pop up back row if you have another Magician in your other Pendulum zone. Next, I run 2 of the Dragon Magician. Dragon Magician is basically the recovery card for the deck. Basically, if you have another Magician in your other Pendulum zone, you could recover an Odd Eyes or a Magician from your extra deck to your hand. I run 2 Wisdom Eye Magician. Most people run this card at 2, but I prefer to run it at 1. Basically, put this card in the Pendulum zone if you have another Magician, pop it, and basically get another Magician in its place. I run 1 to the Magician. I mainly use her basically to Synchro Summon to my level 8s. But mainly if you have 2 Magicians, you're in the Pendulum zone, special summon this card, you receive 500 damage, and your opponent receives 500 life points. Now for the supports of for Zark, I run 2 Black Fangs, I run 1 White Wing, and I run Purple Poison. Black Fang is basically if this card is destroyed by battle by card effect, target 1 Dark Spellcaster in the graveyard, special summon it. White Wing, use the normal summon that card, go for single summon level 8, but do not, and I repeat, do not Pendulum summon her for whatsoever because she go banish. And for Purple Poison, I mainly put him in defense mode, and if this card gets destroyed, I could destroy a card the opponent controls, so he will not have a fair game. I also run 1 Harmonizing Magician. Basically, when I Pendulum summon this card, I can bring a Magician from my main deck in defense mode, has his effect negated. I go for overlay to Time Star and search my Magicians. I run 1 Odd Eyes Dissolver. Basically, he protects your monster from destroying by battle if they are battling, especially some of discovering from your hand. And he's good for contact fusion for any monster. For example, Performance Pal, Gatling Ghoul, Stormry Venom Fusion Dragon, or Runai's Pendulum Dragon. And for the substitute for Skullcrabat Joker, I run 3 of the Supreme King Dragon Darkworm. Well, that's it for the monsters. On to the spells. I run 2 Sky Iris. Basically, it protects your Magician or Odd Eyes or Permapals from in your Pendulum zone from card effects. And this card helps you search any Odd Eyes card by destroying 1 card on the field and search out your Odd Eyes cards. I run 2 Odd Eyes Fusion. Basically, it helps me. I mainly use this card to basically summon Orai's Vortex or Orai's Venom Dragon if needed. I run one Pendulum Call, basically discard one card and search out your Orai's Magician. Mispronouncing. Your magicians with different names from your deck to your hand. I run two Duelist Alliance. Basically, it starts out your Pendulum monsters and your Pendulum spell trap cards from your deck to your hand. I run two Star Pendulum Graph. Basically, it protects your magicians from spell cards or effects. And if a magician in the monster zone or Pendulum zone leaves the field, you can search out for another magician and put it in your hand. I run one Terraforming for searching out the field spell. Gold Sarcophagus to search out a card and it sends it to your hand in your second standby phase. And Pot of Riches for draw power. It's for the spells. On for the traps. For the trap cards, I run one Pendulum Switch, target a Pendulum monsters in your Pendulum zone, special summon it in defense, and special summon it to the field. And basically, you could switch around your Pendulum monsters. So if you basically have like, for example, Orai's Venom, you don't want it destroyed, you can use this card to swap it out. I run two Time Pendulum Graph. This card is the opposite of Star Pendulum Graph. It basically protects your magician, your spellcasters from trap cards or effects. And you can use this card to basically pop a card from your opponent's controls. However, if you have Time Star, it protects your magician from card effects, and you can destroy another card. I also run one Solemn Warning to prevent my opponents from doing anything, and one Mirror Force. That's it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. The extra deck is basically simple for any Odd Eyes Magician deck. I run Odd Eyes Vortex to return a monster my opponent controls back to the hand, and basically to prevent any spell trap or monster effect being activated. One Starving Venom to counteract extra deck monsters. Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom, the same way it does Starving Venom, but it does piercing. Runai's Pendulum Dragon to attack 3 times by combining it with Audis Dissolver. And Audis Venom Dragon to basically to counteract extra deck monsters. Extra deck monsters are having monster effects and make this card more viable. That's it for the fusion monsters. For the synchro monsters, I have Audis Meteor Burst. Basically, monster effects. Your opponent control possessor cannot activate effects during the battle phase. The other effect is to target a card in the penalty zone, special summon it. In this case, Dragon Pit, go for Overlay, go for Absolute. Clear Wing Synchro Dragon to basically negate effects and gain attack of that negated monster until the end phase. Supreme King Dragon, Clear Wing, Synchro Summon, destroy all monsters the opponent controls. And the other effect is once per turn before damage calculations, if this card battles an opponent monster, you can destroy that monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to destroy monster's original attack. I run Enlightenment Paladin to recover my spell cards from my graveyard. And I run a proxy of Orai's Winged Dragon. If you have basically no idea how Orai's Winged Dragon's effect works, I will leave a link to his effect in the description down below. That's it for the synchro monsters. On to the Xyz. I run one Time Star, basically protects my magicians from card effects and search out my magicians. Dark Rebellion to cut off the monster's attacks from the opponent and give his attack permanently. Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion does the same, except it takes the entire attack of the opponent and gives it to him. Orai's Absolute, he's the utopia of the deck, but also when he detaches and negates an attack, you can bring an Odd Eyes monster from the graveyard to the field. So he's very good for the Link format. And one Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. I mainly use this card for Odd Eyes Fusion to get into Vortex. That's basically it for the extra deck. On to the side deck. I run one Time Breaker if I want to swap it for Tuning Magician. I run 3 of the anime exclusive proxy cards that you just use against Reggie. That is Odd Eyes Fusion Gate, Odd Eyes Synchro Gate, and Odd Eyes Xyz Gate. Basically, these cards are very good. I can use them against my friends, but for tournament, I replace them with other spell cards. If you want to know the effects of how I made them, TCG, but I must give basically credit to Deviant user BlueEyeShiningDragon to come up with a TCG version effects of these cards. But I will leave a link to these effects in the description down below. I also I will also run Zark if I want to use them, and Ignister. Well, that's basically the end of the Artist Magician deck. Well, the deck is very good in some retrospect, but since basically Double Iris and Skullcombat Joker are out of the game, I'll have to try to figure out to improve from there. But anyway, that is the end of the deck profile. If you like it, give it a big thumbs up for this video. And if you want to catch up on anything related for any future deck profiles, let's erase that subscribe button so you can follow up. You can also follow me in my Yugioh amino page that will be in the description down below. You can also follow me in my other page other amino or community pages. I will leave a description link to them down in my description down below, so you can check them out. And I believe that is so. This is the Odd Eyes Magician deck profile, and remember, don't let your dreams be dreams, and let your dreams be a reality. See you guys then.